To take a look at the state of the U.S. and global economies, the jobs picture, and much more. For that, we want to welcome Carmine Di Sibio. He is EY's CEO and chairman. And Carmine, welcome.
Thank you, Becky. It's great to be here. It's not as cold as the other day, but it's cold.
Yeah, it's cold, but it's okay. We're doing just fine. Hey, Carmine, we've been talking about the economy from a lot of different perspectives all morning long, but you've got a very interesting perspective, and that's from all the companies that you do work with in the United States and around the globe. So where do you see things right now?
I think things are changing, Becky. What we've been seeing is there's definitely been a slowdown around the world, a slowdown in our own business. So a good way to gauge this is to look at our own business and look at our consulting business in particular. Mm-hmm. So that has gone through a slowdown. Companies have been spending less. They've been doing less on transformations and so forth. In particular in the U.S., actually in Europe, that has continued, which, to some people that's surprising. But I do think Europe was catching up a little bit on this. So we are seeing more confidence building with our clients in terms of spending, in terms of the economy. But most of them are still waiting in terms of central bank movement and, in particular, rate cuts.
Well, you, along with some of the other consulting companies, laid off thousands of people as that consulting work slowed down. I always think of consulting and advertising as being two of the things that get cut first when businesses are facing tighter margins and the need to cut things.
We have 400,000 people globally, and we continue to hire at schools and so forth in tens of thousands. But we were in a situation where our attrition rate post-COVID, our attrition rate was 25, 27%. There was the Great Resignation and so forth. That went down to the single digits very quickly. And so in our business, when that goes down a lot, we end up with more people than we need in the short term. We've been very careful at certainly adjusting our workforce. We also have to adjust our workforce with technology coming forward. But we want to make sure that we're investing in the downturn for when things do come back.
You are spending tons of money on AI and partnering up to do some of these projects. What does that mean when you roll that out to companies? And we're trying to get a feel for what that means for the workforce down the road, because right now it's a really tight labor market. When it's not, and when there's more time to have implemented this AI stuff, what happens?
Yeah, so first of all, I don't think the labor market is as tight as it used to be. But in terms of AI, we look at AI in three different areas. One is, what are we doing with clients? So what we're doing with clients right now is really use cases. Use cases in terms of how do we make their business better. And a lot of that has to do with different sectors. So we're doing a lot in healthcare, a lot in pharma, some in financial services. And a lot of the use cases are either around customer service, where call centers and so forth, using AI, you can be a lot more efficient, you can be better, or logistics. So any companies that have logistics, we're doing a lot of work with a hospital conglomerate in terms of making sure that they're matching their patients with the right doctors and using AI to do that. So there are hundreds of these use cases that we're working on. These are small projects for us, but they have the ability to turn into big projects. That's what we're doing with clients. What we're doing for ourselves is really making our business better, more efficient, better for our clients. We have our own chat box, EYQ, where all our EY employees could ask it questions. It's learning and answering questions about the company overall. And then the third part, which is very important, is we have our leaders around the world working with governments and private companies to make sure that EY is for the good and not the bad.